Welcome back. Today we're starting on my journey to warmth and happiness. It has been so cold in my shop. I have three 1500 watt heaters running right now to get it up to 40 degrees, and they've been running for hours. My electric bill is hating me. So I got the MrCool DIY 24K to try and heat my shop. We've got about a 750 square foot footprint, but I've got 10-foot high ceilings in here, and I've got another loft above me. It's not really great insulated between us and the loft, so I went a little bigger, and hopefully that will that'll help. I'm probably going to end up doing some insulation videos in the future, but right now the very first big video I'm doing on this is unboxing. I'm going to ask a couple of very simple questions. Number one, what are in these two boxes? But more importantly, the answer I haven't been able to find in any of the many magnificent videos that I've seen on YouTube about the MrCool DIY is what is not in the box. I hear things like, there's not electrical, you got to do your own, and I get that. But beyond that, what do I need to install this DIY system? I'm going to be doing everything on this, from the electrical to the install to the drilling. Is there a drill bit in here? I don't know, but I'm going to do that. One thing that I do want to know is, as this received a little bit of abuse in shipping, as you can see here, that got a little ouchy there. This box is not doing well. How did everything on the inside fare? So I'm going to cut into this and we will see what we've got here. All right, so that took a little bit of damage, but that's styrofoam, that's the purpose of it. This actually looks like it's got some really great reinforcements here. I am noticing right here on the, let's pull this. Very well packaged. I am noticing some tearing on the styrofoam in here. So let's get back to tearing this open. Can I just say one thing about these boxes? When I first brought these home, or when my wife brought them into the shop with a couple of my kids, I came home, walked in here, these things were a lot bigger than I was expecting. They were huge. Okay, so right here, we've got our drain pipe, a couple other things. All right, so we've got it all unpackaged. They actually bolt this thing to the pallet. That is pretty cool. I've got everything. Now I'm going to take a moment and break it all out and look through it, lay it all out on the CNC and on the bed of the CNC and inventory what we've got here. I'll probably take a minute and look through the instructions. There's an instruction book. I'll take a minute and look through the instructions. So let's hop over to the CNC. All right, so I've gone through this. I've looked at what they've got, and almost everything I need to install is here. Two things that are not here that I have seen in some videos, they may not have been talking about a MrCool because I've looked at a lot of different videos. Number one is this does not have a 3.54 inch interior hole diameter saw. So you got to get your 3.5 inch hole saw so we can drill that hole out. The other thing it doesn't have are the wrenches to connect the pipes. That's all right, I got plenty of wrenches. But you're going to need that hole saw. Everything on the electrical end, other than what is connecting this piece to the condenser outside, you will need. So you will need a way to run electricity to the condenser. You will need a breaker to control that electricity. Other than that, they've got all of the stuff you're going to need to install this. They even have stuff that you're not going to need. owner and installation manual for the multi-zone. I got the single zone, don't need that. Remote control user manual, sure, need that. Quick start setup guide, multi-zone, not gonna need that. I've got the quick start setup guide. This is a mirror image of the MrCool video. There's not a whole lot more information in here than you're gonna see in that MrCool video. This does go into depth. One of the questions that this answers that is, I can't find this anywhere, but if your ceilings are over, I'm gonna read this right, this, for ceilings greater than 9 foot, so my ceilings, recommended distance from floor is 90.55 inches. So I was planning on doing this at 78.5 inches or 80 inches off the floor, which is what everybody said. I've got tall ceilings, it wants it 90 inches off the floor. So that does change my installation plan, but I'm gonna roll with it. I'll show you that in the next video. All right, so what's in the box? I've got my accessory list here, my checkoff I've gone through, it's all here. So things that we've got in here, we've got our thermostat. So it's got its own thermostat and it's got the remote. In some of the other videos I've seen, they say this remote has a thermostat. You put it in your pocket and it follows you around. So it's got a standalone thermostat and the remote. It's got your USB smart controller mount for the thermostat. Then the rest of this is stuff that's going to help with installation. We have the indoor cassette. We have the outdoor condenser. We have 2 of these pads. These go around where the connectors go to protect that. Drain line, connector, and drain line. A grommet for sealing. Couple of AAA batteries for your remote. These are air freshening filters. Okay, honestly, I've dealt with the filter industry for a little while, and to get air freshening quality out of a filter this size, you'd need a lot bigger filter. So I don't see these doing a whole lot, but maybe they've got a little bit of fresh scent and embedded in the plastic. All right, you've got the sound deadening. I'm pretty sure this stuff's tar, I don't know, but we've got our sealing clay, our kit with all of our screws for anchors. It says I've got non-adhesive UV tape, 1 roll, but they've broken this up into 3 small rolls. So we've got that. Our wall connectors, inside unit, outside unit. The pads to go under the feet of the outside condenser to keep it a little bit, keep that vibration noise down. And then an Allen wrench. This is what we're going to use to connect the pre-charged lines. Another thing we've got is these pre-charged lines can open up after we connect the pre-charged lines to both sides of the unit, we can use this to open those up and that will charge the entire system. Aside from that, we've got the books that I already talked about, the books that I don't need, and of course, this side's deceiving. I almost threw this to the trash with everything else. You've got your template. This is your wall template. Don't throw it away. It is in there. Big shout out to one of my heroes online that on YouTube that didn't see that, but that is there. Don't stop looking for it. Okay, let's get on with this. So I've got 2 installation videos coming. I've got a quick down and dirty montage that you can probably watch in about 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna do a full in-depth video. So if you have questions after you watch the 5-minute video, you can watch the long drawn out, probably somewhere between 30 minutes and 3-hour video. But we'll do what we can to keep it interesting. I do have a couple of surprises coming. Number 1, how I was able to save several $100s on the purchase of this machine and how you can too. I will put my affiliate link in the bottom there so you can buy this on Amazon if you don't want to wait, and I appreciate that. But that is not the way to save a couple $100. The way to save a couple or to a few $100 is watch my next video and I'll tell you there. Sorry, teaser alert. I am not sponsored by MrCool. Right now I'm kind of frozen, so I'm MrCool myself, but this place is gonna get heated up. I'm installing this in the middle of winter. Most people do them in the middle of the summer and they're sweating to death. I'm installing it in the middle of winter and I'm freezing to death. So I'm excited to get to this, but as married man woodworking would say, I hear my wife calling. I gotta go. We'll see you in the next video.